Hi there, neighbor. What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today's review is going to be for the new Mr. Rogers film, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, directed by Marielle Heller, the director of Can You Ever Forgive Me? Seriously, one of the most underrated films last year, and Melissa McCarthy. In this movie stars Tom Hanks as Mr. Fred Rogers. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. We all know who Mr. Rogers is, the iconic TV host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the man who brought smiles to children's faces all across the world for his love and care for people. We get introduced to this main character named Lloyd, who's a total douche at the start. He's so mean to his family and his co-workers all around, and he gets a job assignment to go interview Mr. Rogers and write a magazine article about him. And so Mr. Rogers really talks with Lloyd and just really has a connective relationship with him. This movie has been highly praised by many people coming out of TIFF, and I was really looking forward to this. Tom Hanks, anything that Tom Hanks is in terms of his filmography, I am going to see it, no matter what. If it's The Circle and it has Tom Hanks' name in the cast, I am going to see it. I mean, we had Won't You Be My Neighbor, which came out last year, fantastic documentary. But then I found out they were doing a Mr. Rogers biopic, sort of, with Tom Hanks cast as Mr. Rogers. Man, this movie really delivered on the emotions, the charms, and just the feeling of being back in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood like I was last year. This movie, it brings the emotions and just the feeling of realism. Tom Hanks really does no wrong in whatever character or role he's taken on. He transforms into that character, and he completely does from the start of the movie as Mr. Rogers. Once it opens up really with the Mr. Rogers theme playing, we go right into the TV show, man, and he just talks like Mr. Rogers. It feels like Mr. Rogers is alive once again and talking with us, the audience, breaking the fourth wall, and it just works. Tom Hanks, if he does not get an Oscar nomination, then I do not know what the Academy's problem is. It's one of the best performances of the year. The production value of this movie is so great. The production value, making it feel like we're being back in the 80s when the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood show was on, and feeling like Fred Rogers is actually on the screen again. It really is fantastic, and this movie just really delivers the emotions and the story going on. Even though the main storyline is about Lloyd, this guy who is just struggling through life, and then he goes to interview Mr. Rogers and he gets a new perspective on life, learning how to treat people with respect and positivity. And it's definitely the biggest issue of the movie is just the scenes with Lloyd whenever he's being arrogant to his wife and his dad in the movie. And it's just, you feel disgusted watching this guy on screen because he just seems so unlikable and just someone we can't relate to, and he just gets angry and pissed off a lot. But he does have a great arc in the movie, and it's pretty predictable. But once his character does have that arc, it does feel rewarding at the end, and it's just his relationship with Mr. Rogers in here is some of the best emotions and storytelling throughout the year. Won't You Be My Neighbor, I feel, had a lot more impactful things than this movie did. Felt that movie really dived into more of the dark racial parts of Mr. Rogers' career before having to deal with a cast member like that. It really dives into that in the documentary, but in here I feel like it didn't really dive in to more intense parts of the movie. But still, I really felt the emotions like I wanted to with this movie. It's definitely one of the best movies of the year. Tom Hanks delivered on the performance of a lifetime in here, of this year. Guys, definitely go see this movie. It is a must watch. On my rating scale, I'm going to give A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood a 4.5 out of 5 stars. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, the new Mr. Rogers movie. What did you guys think of this movie? Did you guys absolutely love it like me? Did you think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let's talk about it down below in the comments section. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.